This segment's being sponsored by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife. All right, this next segment's being sponsored by Taylor's Archery. Y'all can find them at 100 East Lauderdale Street in Tullahoma, Tennessee, or give owner Tracy Taylor a call at 931-563-7706 and let him take care of all of your archery, crossbow, recurve needs. He does it all. He's got an indoor range you can go in there and shoot as well, and we're looking forward to maybe working with them on some of these youth archery tournaments this year too.
I think it'll be fun.
Tracy is so involved with the youth and the youth archery programs that he's got a team that is all Taylor's archery team. It's all kids, but just something we love to see. You know how well we've gotten involved in the Bass Nation and started following the youth bass fishing and things like that. So in this coming year, I believe we're going to start doing some stuff with these youth and archery and let you guys know about the youth and archery programs, and there's different ones out there, and just seeing how you can get your kids involved. So that's what I was big into, guys. When I was in high school, I played sports and things like that for quite a while, and then archery came along, and I know Randall knows him, but a local guy around here, Mr. Joe Fiato, we'll give him a shout out tonight. But Mr. Joe, we spent so much time down there at the archery shop growing up and shooting tournaments, and we would go after school and shoot, and we would go on the weekends and shoot. But we didn't have any programs within the school, whatsoever, as far as being able to do that. And now they do. It's just like kind of with the bass fishing. Just there's more opportunities out there now than there used to be, and I love to see it.
And the equipment is much more advanced. It's more technical savvy, so you can actually learn and not beat yourself up like we did in the field.
Absolutely, they do. And, speaking like with the bass fishing, them kids know those electronics better than they could go up there and sell them for these electronic companies the way they know how to use them. They'll teach you real quick, and you spend an hour with one of these high school anglers, and they'll teach you how to run your GPS and all your electronics.
They can they use some electronics before they ever make a cast.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
they know what they're doing.
They do. Randall, how's your deer season been so far, buddy? Y'all have knocked down some pretty good deer between you and Devin and the family, but you were kind of saying y'all hadn't hunted a whole lot of time. You kind of use a little bit different method. What's going on with that? What do you do with that?
I just haven't been hunting much. Them boys have been out there. I've been there.
Yeah.
Devin and his cousin Archie killed two on the youth hunt over at Fort Campbell. They was big ones.
Real
and
good
then
deer.
My son-in-law killed two. God Almighty. Nephews two, another nephew two.
You did get one though.
I
you
did
got a
get
real
one.
nice one too.
It took me a minute to
Took
kill
you
that deer.
a whole minute to shoot that deer.
Yeah.
But
He's not exaggerating a minute.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Yeah, hunting time was at 6:55, and at 6:54 he hopped up in the field that morning. But I had seen him the evening before, and I told myself if I saw him tomorrow, I was going to shoot him.
Yeah.
He measured 127 and 5/8. I mean,
it's a great deer.
It's a good deer.
That's a real good dear. People throw those numbers out there a lot, but we know that they don't mean what
he wasn't one of these.
He wasn't hard
He was
stretcher,
127 and 5/8. Yeah, that's what he measured.
Yeah.
And sometimes you wish you'd let him go, but I've killed enough deer.
I feel the same way. I'm the same way. I'd much rather take the kids and hunt with them. New people that hadn't hunted. My dad, I've got to take him on some hunt. I enjoy that stuff a lot more now. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love to shoot a deer, and if I see a good one, I'll shoot him. But it's just not it's not the same as it used to be for me. Yeah. It doesn't mean the same. I don't care if I shoot one or don't, or if I tag out, or it just doesn't make a bit of difference anymore. I couldn't care less.
I remember certain deer that I've taken and certain hunts I've been on.
Yeah.
But Will sitting over there, I can tell you every deer that Will has killed, where we were, what he shot it with, what time of day.
That's like him with Devin. I mean, he's had Devin in the woods. I mean, heck, I've seen pictures of you and Devin. He was that tall.
Oh, yeah.
He's bigger than any of us now.
Yeah.
It's just so much more fun to actually share that outdoors and get those kids involved.
I like doing that. It ain't took none of them very long at all this year to kill deer.
Yeah.
And you just, after all the years, you get to where that there's time.
It's time
a lot
to
of
go.
people don't count on this boon. I don't care. I do.
Yeah, you do, and that's what I was about to mention. Is you follow the moon a lot.
I have right out of my front door.
And you have taught me, I mean, I was never a naysayer anyhow. I've always thought the moon kind of had some kind of effect anyway.
Farmers always
But
used it.
as you have taught me over the last few years, especially, you know, it'll be 1:30 in the afternoon. Randall send me a picture of a deer standing out there in his front yard.
Right.
Feed time says 1:15 to 2:30, and
Yeah.
they'll be standing out there.
Yeah.
I mean, there
90
is something
degrees
to it.
or 30.
That's
it
right.
don't
That's
matter.
right.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people think, they think that these things got a watch on and they stand up. Shooting times at 12:15 to 2:15.
Yeah.
They don't do that. They don't all lay down at the same exact time, you know, or sometimes one of them old does to get up, and it might be 30 minutes before any of the others even start, you
Yeah.
know, to get up and go with her.
Yeah.
And they don't always do it like that. And all of the deer that you've been seeing all this spring and summer is not right there around you anymore right now anyway.
Yeah. All right.
you
They
know.
done dispersed. You know, that's
Yeah.
like I was talking
Yeah,
about
so
earlier.
you
They
don't see them all.
moved on to other places.
But
I hear
that-
so many times people say, well, I never saw this buck before. This buck they're holding back
Yeah.
in the truck.
Just showed up out of nowhere.
But, yeah.
Yeah, he was probably on your neighbor's farm,
Yeah,
two
he-
miles down the
somebody
road.
had seen him
He
before
watched him
you
all
did.
summer, and
Yeah.
now he's on your place, and the one you watched is 2 miles down the road on his
That's
place.
right.
That's just how it works, you know.
But you got to have faith in something.
Yeah,
And then you can go out there and you can hunt it.
Yeah.
You can get after it and you'll get it.
yeah, that's
you know.
right. A
But,
lot of it's confidence. No matter
yeah.
what you're doing in hunting or
Yeah,
fishing,
yeah.
confidence. I've said it many times, but confidence is key.
Don't let
You've got
nobody-
to be
don't let
confident
nobody
in what
talk
you're
you out
doing.
of it.
That's right.
Go do
We
it.
all do it
Yeah.
different. But guys, let's go on over and do this week's tip of the week. This week's tip of the week's been sponsored by Phoenix Custom Quality Rods. Y'all can find their entire lineup at phoenixrods.com. Right here in the state of Tennessee, call Mr. Jim Brewer at 931-213-1455, and he will be able to tell you all the details that you need and get you a couple of Phoenix rods, and you can see what we've been talking about. All right, well, guys, a friend of mine was in a situation not too long ago that kind of brought up the tip that I wanted to share for today. And this is a public land hunting kind of deal. He had showed up to a place to hunt and started walking in. A couple other hunters pulled in, you know, behind his vehicle after he was already walking in a little ways, and they went about, you know, came on in. Well, as he got in there getting set up, you know, here they came down there right on top of him. He got down and talked to them. Very nice guys. Most of the time, you know, we don't give people enough credit. I mean, usually the guys that are out there just like you and I, you know. He gets talking to them, no big deal. You know, hey, we're going to go over here and hunt. But the point he made was this. And he talked to those guys in the parking lot. If he would have just taken 5 minutes to walk back to that parking lot and talk to those guys or met them, they would have never come down in there where he was hunting. They wouldn't have had to have that conversation. They all split up. So the key here is, if you're hunting a public area, something like that, and another hunter's in the area or pulls up with you or something, he is not the enemy. Go over there and talk to them. Get to know them. I have done it myself and actually been on a couple of successful hunts because of that over in Cedars 11 before in the past. But go talk to them. Find out where they're going to be. Let them know where you're going to be. Put a plan together, because, you know, they might have had the same plan as you. It might have been a completely different one, but you're not going to know. And if you just go down in the woods, they're just going to do the same thing, go down in the woods. And
They're
before you
gonna
know
hunt
it,
there.
you're on top of everybody. So get up there and talk to your other hunters and let them know what's going on and get some information from them. We're going to take another quick break. We'll be back here in just a minute with some more Southern Woods and Waters.